What's the point of being?
I want to be. There's a level of fame that's fun. A level of fame is fun, like when you tell somebody, "Do you know who I am?" and then tell them who you are. Mm-hmm. But not that when everybody knows who you are instantly. You don't want that fame. You want to be able to go to a movie. You want to be able to go to a restaurant and
and live life. Yeah, I agree with that. But
Kevin Hart fame's too much.
Really?
Spank fame perfect.
Tony, is it cute? My love is pure. Tony, is it cute? My love is pure.
Show your love for Taquita Love. Comedy is cure.
Jared, yo, what's up?
Much. I'm happy to see you. You look good. I like how you doing. Looking like the American flag.
Hey, come on.
Swagging on them. I see you.
Come on. Hey, American flag. The red and blue. You right. You right.
You putting it together. Looking like Lady Liberty, the original Lady of Liberty. That's what she was supposed to look like. That's what it was supposed to look like you.
And why you making me want?
Liberty. Yeah.
He said I'm Lady Liberty. What?
Yeah, that's what you know. Do you know the history of the Statue of Liberty? It was originally a black woman. Really? They sent a black woman. France made it, and they sent the black woman as the Statue of Liberty because they felt like, America was built with the labor of blacks. And then America got to say, funny joke, sent it back and made it a white lady.
I'm pretty sure the black lady was better looking.
Yeah, sure. You probably like you. They make a movie about it. You're going to be the one. There you go.
The crown. The braid bun. That's what it was. I saw you at the Comedy Store recently, and we were chopping it up, and I'm like, yo, people don't understand that you were in the trenches with me in the beginning of my stand-up comedy career. And I don't know if that was yours. I know that you had been playing football prior.
We was together. We in the same class.
We in the same class.
Yeah. They did a magazine like the Rap XXL. It's gonna be us sitting together in the comedy
20
crew.
people. It's us. I remember we had so much fun. People don't understand that, like you said, class. Like we see each other on a regular basis because we doing all the open mics, and then we do shows together, and then you become like a cousin.
It's family.
Yeah, it's family.
Because also the sad part of comedy is not everybody keeps going. Yeah. And so when you see people that keep going, obviously it's a time game. The longer you do it, the more successful you're going to get. Mm-hmm. And you ever see veterans, you ever see you be in a green room with somebody and they know somebody, they pop in all excited. Yeah. That's how I'm hoping I bump into you in the city. I'm like, you in D.C.? Oh, man, I'm driving down from Baltimore. I'm going to come check you out.
That's how, but low key, that's kind of where we are now. It's kind of, I remember I was in Arizona, you were there. And I hit you up, and then I met you somewhere. I don't know if it was comedy related, but I don't feel like we graduated, but I feel like we at a place where it's like we know we do this.
But do you feel that way? I don't know. For me, even when I'm kind of on, but in my head I'm like, you got to keep getting,
no, but you
gotta you're not on, you're like I'm one right move away from being great and one wrong move away from being like, damn, you fell off. Like it's that uncertainty feeling.
I think that's just the way life is. It's like it's always that up and down.
I know. Someone told me they talked to Michael B. Jordan. He was like, I feel like I'm on, but I'm not on yet.
Michael B. Jordan on. He better stop.
Yeah, but internally, you never know.
It's a mental thing.
You could be talking to Barack Obama. He'd be like, I'm almost there. I almost made it.
No, Barack made it. That's my president.
he's like a permanent president, right? He's like infinite. There's a lot of people that's the former president. There's Bill Clinton right there. Barack is like, yo, what you gonna do with the economy, bro? What's your plans for what you got going on?
He still be chiming in too. He be like, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. If I got tattoos, I would get one because it's a Chicago thing,
You would get an Obama tattoo?
I swear I would.
That's a big one.
But I got have respect for Michelle. I wouldn't do it because of Michelle.
Remember, you think Michelle be mad if she was like, what you doing with my husband's name on your back?
It's just like, that's the couple we look at. Like, that's what I want. That's the aspiration.
That's why I get her. She be talking about how marriage is tough. You got to stick through it. I'm like, Michelle, no. Y'all are the example for everybody.
They are.
If you went through 10 years of happiness, everybody else going to go through 20.
But no, we were chopping it up at the Comedy Store and then went down memory lane. I'm just like, we've been knowing each other forever. When I met you at a coffee shop, and I believe with Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the coffee shop, but they were giving out feedback. Antoine Young was there as well, and Keitra Long.
That was on the Saturdays. They used to do it on Saturdays afternoon. That's when you're a real comedian.
In Culver City, where you be like, forget life. What? No dating. What?
Y'all at brunch. We in these trenches.
It's Saturday. We doing open mics. That's what we was doing. But from that point, it's just, we became a part of the same university, I guess you could say. I learned that you used to play football. And then from there, comedy Now you're hosting all over the place.
Yeah.
I see your face everywhere. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your comedy journey?
Boom. Okay. It's fun. I mean, honestly, I will say this. All right. I grew up, I spent hours after hours playing football. You know, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be an NFL superstar. That's all I thought about. It was an expectation. And I actually got there for like 3 weeks. And then I remember that being the most stressful time of my life too. Like, you imagine having the best job in the world, but every day it felt like you might get fired that day. Like that was the stress that was on me.
3 weeks?
I mean, I was there for that was me exaggerating for comical purposes.
Yeah, okay.
I spent the whole off season of 2011. I got all the way to the final cuts. I got cut. They told me to keep working out to see if I could make the team. And so I did. I was working out hard and just, all the extra free time when you anxious. And so I was like, let me do this stand-up thing. Let me try it. I tried it twice when I was in college, but it just wasn't balancing with football. And when I started getting back on stage, football stopped, but comedy kept going.
Yeah.
And then I got into the trenches with you, and what you realize, I mean, there's a Dave Waite got a funny thing where he goes, it gets worse, right? Like comedy it goes down before it gets better. And so I remember just sitting there doing open mics like 2 a.m. Like, man, I used to get groupies, and now I'm here, I'm getting left on red. And so I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. So I was like, I'm putting some of this football knowledge to use. So I started doing comical football content. I remember you came through and helped me out. I was doing a show called American Sports Live.
I remember that.
You came through and helped, and honestly, that boosted me. And that's what I tell people. Anybody watching this, if you're looking for the journey, it's more about the quality of the people watching your work, not the quantity. A lot of people want to get millions of followers.
Yeah.
But if you got 100, if you got 100 followers, but every one of those followers makes moves, it's way better than a million followers. So I had the right people watching. They were like, yo, you're hilarious. We like you. How can I get you on? And so I ended up getting CBS. Was my first gig. Shout out to Deb Gilman. She looked me out. And then from that, I was able to get, start doing other things. And I got on South by Southwest, and that's when I finessed it hard.
Yeah.
Yahoo was like, we thinking about putting you on the show we got. And I'm like, oh, check me out at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And I'm being funny. And they were like, yo, what do you want? And I had my agent boost up the numbers. And so, like, obviously, like I said, I'm not on. I'm still want to be on.
You there.
But, and then that helps out with comedy. You'd be surprised. I mean, like, comedy is if I give anybody any shortcuts, it's not about how funny you are. It's how many people will pay to watch you do stand-up. That's how you move the ladder.
That's show business.
So, yeah. And so because I have a show on Yahoo, people will be like, let me see if he's funny.
And you
let
are
me go
funny.
spend his $20 to see if he's funny.
That's the name of the game, right? You have a product that people want. You have demand. You have an audience, and then that's the rest is history when it comes to show business. Do you feel that your time as a football player aided in your connections to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. When you look at other people, everybody's journey is different. You got to. Everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, how to lean on their leverage. Me being a football player and the luxury of having a brother who's successful at it obviously changed my life. I was in rooms and I was just talking to a guy at my brother's $1 million condo in Miami, and he was talking about how important networks are.
Yes.
He said, not even just on business, just friendships. And he said, the bigger your network grows, the better the network gets. And I remember, like, my first time getting on television, I was on the show The League. And I remember I just happened to be at a grand open for STK in Westwood. And my brother Claris is talking to this dude, and they're being friendly, and I'm just sitting there, being a hang-along. And so the girl next to the man was just like, I was like, hey, how do you know this guy? And being funny. And she was like, you're hilarious. And then she goes, hey, Jeff, we got to get this guy on our show. And I'm like, huh?
Just like that.
And literally, she hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to do episode 7? We got this funny episode. We think you'd be great. And I got on that show from just being in the right network. And so,
also, you very charismatic. You know what I'm saying? Like
people say that. I mean, sometimes I see pictures of me and I'm like,
But you walk in the room. No, literally, when you walk in the room, we hear you, we feel you, we see you. Your energy is like always on.
Ooh, okay.
You feel me?
To it. Go ahead. There we go. Go ahead. You're going to do the intro to my rap album. You talking like that.
No, for real. But that is very, like, it's key that you mentioned networking, because people don't understand what networking is. You know what I mean? Like, I have friends that are new to comedy and they be like, how do I get on? How do I get on? Like, my friendship with you go back 10 plus years. That's how you get on. You build friendships and you keep them. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody stay, but you don't. 10 years ago, it wasn't like, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
And then today I was like, yo, I'm doing the show. You was like, say less. I'm there.
And I think that we need to rechange the word networking. I feel like networking has a negative stigma to it. It's
Yeah, like I wanna get
you're
something.
trying to find a way to business me, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, these are my friends.
It's literally making friends. Once if you make a lot of friends, you never have to do business ever. It's just literally calling somebody like, hey, you want to help out? Or hey, can I help you out?
Yeah.
And so it's literally that. And I learned that from someone who's amazing at networking. And it was a she. I ain't gonna shut her out, telling her all her secrets like that. Actually, Gum Sue is who it is, and she was telling me I don't network. I just make friends. And she was like, because of her friendships, everything she does, and she's not even like, she's to this point like, I'm just a friend. I'm not doing this to get any form of payback. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you out.
That's dope. I remember, like, in the beginning of our friendship, I did a web series called Nursing Notes. And you and Norman Towns came through, and it was just like, I got an idea. That's it. And y'all came through. Y'all was just like, we here. And now to see where we all are now, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's mind blowing. It is.
That's what happens. You keep doing it. I feel like at some point I'll be like, damn, who would have thought Taquita hosting Price is Right?
I ain't trying to be on, but the Price is Right.
You know the checks?
That's them checks.
I say this. If you do comedy, do it because you love comedy. Comedy is something, if you love it, it'll be the greatest thing ever. You are not going to make a lot of money from comedy.
Not at all.
Occasionally you'll see the success stories, Dane Cooks, Jerry Seinfeld, Kevin Hart, 1 in a million. If you do comedy, if you were working the hardest, one of my favorite comedians, and I'm not going to put him out there like that, makes probably $170,000 a year, which is not bad money, but it's like, for you to be one of my favorite comedians, any other field, hosting and outwards of what you can do makes so much more money. Yeah. So if you ever get an opportunity, Steve Harvey used to be he is still a great stand-up. He makes so much money hosting Family Feud that he'll never have to do stand-up again.
I agree.
Drew Carey, making $20 million a year.
I want, when you talking all that, you must be making all the money.
I'm doing all right.
You doing
I'm
good.
tell you that. And to be honest with you, I mean, I ain't gonna say what I still. Sometimes I wish I made more, but that's because I told you, your network. You start seeing things. You like, I need to have this, you know.
Yeah.
And you ain't never got enough to have that, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so so comedy, football, comedy, the family fortune, family networking, charisma. Everybody love you, period. Like, Donald George was here, y'all. I was like, can y'all please stop talking, because I got to talk to him.
Donald George, my people. Shout out DG, man. You talking about charisma, that's who got it. And DG is friends with all the fine women in LA. If you looking for a fine woman in LA, you better have Donald George's blessing.
I'm like, how do he know all the women? Like, I'm just like, Donald.
You need Donald George's blessing, man. Donald George got to be like, that's a good one. He got to give you the check mark. That's a good brother right there.
So now you're hosting. What's next for you?
I don't know. I'm joking.
No.
I want to get to a point where I have my own show. Like, I mean, I'm hosting. I kind of got that now. Like, don't get me wrong. I count every blessing I have. But I would love to get to a point where I have my own talk show. Not necessarily like Wendy Williams, but more like John Oliver. Okay. Let my funny come out, but something where you can get longer. You can get more longer format of me. You know, an hour long. We'll bring a guest out if we need to. Here's what's happening in the week in my crazy brain. Like, that'd be ideal. Something that you don't have to necessarily see me in person to see me, you know?
Yeah. That's dope. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
I mean, I'm trending in that direction, but you know, in life, you know, baby steps in life, you know, you can't rush to your destination. You know how people say the journey's where it's at?
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, the journey.
That sounds like something that successful people tell people they ain't got it. It's like, yo, enjoy this moment while you starving eating top ramen. The journey's what you're going to appreciate. Now I want the Lamborghini, bro.
I don't want to eat top ramen. Not at all. You know, my background's nursing. And this show is a geared to advocating for healthcare. I wanted to know if have you had any unexpected trips to the emergency room?
Ooh. Luckily, I have not. Honestly, I felt blessed. I don't even know. The emergency room sounds scary. Like, even if I got shot, I'm like, don't take me to the emergency room.
Or any crazy
urgent care now.
Okay, urgent care. You can wherever you
urgent care. Is that like emergency room?
It is what urgent care, doctor's visit, any like crazy visits.
Y'all don't look down on urgent care people. Y'all don't be like, oh, you work at urgent care.
I don't work in the ER, so you know.
But as a nurse, like, you are like, that's the pinnacle. That's like, I'm official. That's the NFL.
Okay.
Of the nursing world. And I feel like urgent care is like, girl, you got a community college degree.
Well, you got the same degree. It's not like you don't have the degree. You have the same degree. You just work in a different environment.
I always feel like urgent care is cheaper, so they don't pay as much people. They can't get.
Well, urgent care is urgent. Emergency room is emergency. Urgent is like I'm not bleeding out, but I'm bleeding a little bit. Like,
oh, okay. So that's the language. It's like urgent is emergency is like you might die.
Emergency gunshots. Go now. Urgent.
Like, I would go if I'm a gunshot wound, don't be at urgent care. Like, can y'all put me?
Urgent care.
It just seems I got good insurance too. I just feel like it's gonna be more expensive than I would like. Every time you go to the hospital, it's like, yo.
Emergency rooms, it is a long wait. It's a lot of people there that don't need to be there in the emergency room. A lot of people in the emergency room should be in urgent care.
We took my daughter to the emergency room.
Was it one of those?
She was playing with a quarter or a penny, and we thought she swallowed it, and she couldn't tell us if she didn't. But on the side of caution, we got to take her to the emergency room.
What made y'all think she swallowed the penny?
Her mother was just like, she was playing with it. I don't know. She was like, she's a kid. I don't know. I think I did. And, it's just, so they went and did the whole x-rays. And
so that was it. She wasn't choking or like she didn't fall.
I've never experienced what she's supposed to be experiencing if you swallow the penny. So this is just me being like, all right, if we panicking. Let's make it happen. And we took it there and spent, the check they sent my insurance was like, wow, for that.
Yeah.
And then the amount that we had to come out of pocket was still like, wow, for that? You just took some x-rays and let me know that she didn't swallow a penny.
I wonder where that penny at. Did y'all find it?
Nah, but you was just like, yo, you got to be careful, mama. What you doing swallowing pennies? I don't even know you that well. I thought I knew you. How do you get to, you know better than me swallowing pennies. Putting that in your mouth is already a no-no.
Oh my God. Your daughter's beautiful, by the way, too. Like, she's amazing. I remember, like when she was in the oven, like when she was brewing, and it was like, you was like, I'm about to be a father, Quita, and you handling it.
It's still scary. I mean, you still, I'm faking it. I'm a good dad. I love my girl. We have a fun time, but I don't know. I'm doing the best I can, but I feel like it's a chess match. When you're a father, you gotta you not only are you prepping her for now, you also are prepping her for the future. Mm-hmm. So I be giving her popsicles. I'm like, am I giving her shortcuts and things like that? I'm fun dad. Mom does all the discipline. I do all the let's go jump in the puddle.
Isn't normally how it is with women. Like, our fathers are the cool ones. For me, my father's the cool one. Yeah. My mother is like, will she shut up talk? Will she stop yelling? And my father is like, okay, let's go do this. Yeah, ice cream.
But I feel like, what I think is underrated? I think the mothers in the first 5 years, when you don't remember, are the reason why you survive.
They the reason why you stay alive.
And then by the time you start remembering, you're like, I remember daddy being fun. And you just kind of forget all those 4 years of mothers staying up and breastfeeding and all that good stuff.
And taking you to the emergency room, dealing with all the BS you deal with as a kid. Mm-hmm. Mothers no disrespect to the fathers, but the mothers, they don't get what they deserve. Well,
but I have been okay. I haven't had too many problems. Health-wise, I think what scares me the most is I don't want to hurt myself playing pickup basketball.
Pickup basketball.
Yeah, I feel like I played at the high level of football, and it's man, I stayed healthy through that, and they had the best insurance, the best doctors around, and the worst thing that can happen to me is damn, you tore your ACL trying to make a layup on somebody that's 47 years old. It just doesn't.
And that's how it be. It'd be like, what happened? I was trying to dunk on Uncle Jerry.
And that's why we call ourselves old. I play old man basketball, where it's if you're going too hard, we gonna all sit out, man. We doing this for cardio, bro. Why you trying to reach for balls and block shots? You're doing too much.
Okay. So your daughter went to the emergency room for a penny. Mm-hmm. She probably should not have, but that's good parenting. You gotta.
Anytime a kid says they may have done something, you gotta take them to the ER.
And she was like, if the person is able to speak, they probably don't need to go to the ER.
You say that, but what if she did swallow a penny? It was you was talking afterwards, and it was now big problem later in life.
Okay, I don't want to demean your parenting. You just damn, I was being I took my baby in. But no, it's best to do that, to take them in and then know that everything's okay, as opposed to be I'm gonna wait it out.
But isn't that medical? I feel like in medical, every time I go to the doctor, no matter how worried I am, they just give me a little check and be like, you're perfectly healthy, get out of here. And I'm just I'm only here on the air of caution. It never comes where it's good thing you came in, you could have died.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'd be the time you don't go to, and then be like, oh, I should have went, Yeah. My brother growing up, he I don't know, he put things in his body all the time. He had a marble in his nose. And couldn't, that was one thing, a marble stuck right in the nostril. Did we go to the emergency room? No. You feel me? My daddy got that out. He popped it out. And you would think that it would be some type of like follow up.
Now, older black people didn't need no hospital at all. They don't. You went to the hospital if you dying. You know, that's it.
And I actually swallowed a penny as a kid.
Talk about how could this possibly happen?
I mean, I swallowed it, and my daddy, he stuck his hand down my throat and poured it out. I think I was having issues breathing.
The more you describe your daddy and the way you do it, I feel like your daddy is Captain America. He's literally.
He's like, I'm here to save the day, and he got that penny out, and they didn't take me to the doctor. They did not.
I mean, even to this day, I got good insurance. I can take care of the bill. I still feel like you got to be going through something tough to be going to the doctor.
Yeah, both of us survived. Your daughter survived. I survived the penny. Pennies. Good luck.
What's so delicious about these pennies and girls? Why young girls want something about Abraham Lincoln on a copper? You just like that look delicious.
I don't know. Maybe we just be putting stuff in our mouths that we should not. And that's a lesson you ain't gonna want to learn.
When you say that, because you know, like you have, like, I don't know if you can even say a political reg, like that's what she said.
Yeah,
but then we talking about my daughter, so like, oh
you
no, that's what she said.
That hurt. Dang, Jared, what you?
We need to be putting stuff in our mouth.
You guys, do y'all have any like maybe if your mother or grandmother have any like home remedies that are crazy?
My mama, I mean, honestly, my mama don't really go to the doctor much. And she got a problem when you be like, Mama, you really should go check out the doctor. But she's so used. She from the sticks. She from the boot. You know what that means when I say the boot?
What's the boot?
The boot is Louisiana.
Okay.
And people from Louisiana, they don't, the hospital's 28 miles away anyway, so you don't really go there often. And so she be, every day she send me, do you know if you get a little bit of apple cider vinegar and you drink 2 and you put some Vicks rubs on your heels, it'll kill pneumonia. You're just like, huh?
You know what? I'm not going to lie. Apple cider vinegar, I heard of that. And I started drinking it on a daily basis. They say it help you like lose weight and stuff like that. And it's like a antibacterial and all that.
But to this day, my mama the doctor. Like before I go to the doctor, I'm gonna call my mama before anything.
And what does she? What's her go-to for everything?
Apple cider vinegar. Vinegar is what I don't know what vinegar is for. I don't know if vinegar is good for anything but curing things. But I know one time I ate some bad watermelon. I was out too late and I was like, Mama, I feel sick. I'm sweating. She like, oh, you got food poisoning. Get some apple cider vinegar immediately. Gargle some this, and my mama, she be risky too. I feel like. I don't even like stuff that you be like, wait a minute, you want me to gargle the thing you put in the dishwasher? That sounds like poisonous. Don't swallow it, just gargle it, spit it out.
Apple cider vinegar?
No, there was something other. She was not like bleach, but something you would like.
It's not like bleach, but don't swallow it. Yeah. Boy, if you swallow it, I'll kill you.
And it's that kind of stuff where it's like, is it supposed to be in my body then? That don't sound like what I need to be doing.
You know it get in the bloodstream if you put it in your mouth, regardless.
That's the nursing you, but black people,
they don't want to hear
things out. But that's the scary part, because back in the day there was real remedies and how you do it. Now we got Instagram, and Instagram to be putting stuff out where you're like, are you trolling or being for real? And it's like, if you ever find yourself sick, take the back of a battery and put it in the microwave and rub it on your neck, and you feel better. You be like, man, what am I doing with my life?
And people be trying it. I'm not gonna lie, I get sucked into some of those TikToks and Instagram videos, and they be like, where y'all get this from?
But they be doing it for the gram. They doing it for likes. They be putting it out there. You just be trolling.
I know in our family, one of the remedies that we use, and people don't like me saying it because it seems gross, but for cold sores, then you use earwax. Have you heard of that? What you gonna scrunch your face up, boy? You gargle with stuff you don't even know what it is.
I ain't never known earwax. Ain't nobody been like, let me borrow some of your wax, man.
But you use your own. That's the thing. This is like our family remedy or our home remedy. It's just like, and then rest is always the family remedy. It's like no matter what's going on, just go take a nap. Go take a nap. Take a nap.
Hey, Mama, how I get rid of insomnia? Go take a nap.
But I can't sleep. Well, lay down. That's it. It's just like lay down. Yeah, let me lay down.
Earwax is disgusting. It
is disgusting.
Like, if you ever got a problem with your elbow, your funny bone, take a little booty juice and put it on your elbow.
I didn't say booty juice is nasty. I didn't say that because that's like diarrhea.
Is earwax not nasty?
Earwax
is a step above booty juice.
It's nowhere near. It's different place for one.
Let me say, if I took some earwax and I just put it right here, would you come sit here afterwards?
I wouldn't know that you did that.
If you saw me do it.
If I had a cold sore, I probably would just wipe my cold sore on the.
Oh my God!
It worked.
You look way too pretty to be that kind of person. That ain't it.
No, don't tell nobody. But literally, I've never if I feel like I'm having a cold sore, I do it. I try it, and it works. So,
all right. My brother Seven get cold sores all the time since we were little. That's why everybody be messing. That shit on your lip. Got some shit on the lip. And I'm gonna tell him you need to get some earwax and pop it on there.
Boom. He ain't gotta tell nobody. You ain't even gotta see it. Just dig your finger in the ear or a Q-tip and be about your business.
I'm gonna try. I ain't had no cold sore because I've been lucky. But if I get one, that's what we're gonna try.
Well, Jared, it's been fun talking to you.
We done? Oh man. Let me see. I forgot how fast this was.
30 minutes.
We had some fun. I thought we were just getting started. I didn't even tell you everything.
What else you got to tell me?
Let's see. You want to talk about medical history or what?
Just any crazy medical stories, something you can't believe happened.
You want to know what's actually, this is the weirdest thing ever. And this is me sharing way too much. When I was younger, my neighbor had a trampoline. We'd go over there, and he had a fungus grow on his head. Mm-hmm. And it would always come there. He would pull it off. He would come back. It would come back. And I tried on his hat one day, and sure enough, I woke up, and there was a fungus on my head.
What color was it?
It was like a brown patch. Like
that's fungus.
And I pulled it off, and they was, you can't do that. Yeah, this going to grow back. And it never grew back, man, and I don't know.
How nasty is that?
I think that, you know what, this is the truth, and maybe I'm wrong. I always tell people I'm sick-proof, right? I had a friend in high school. He was an African dude from Sudan. He was like, my daddy was gun-proof. Nothing could kill him except for sicknesses, so someone poisoned him. So I was like, that sounds cool. And so I tell myself I'm sick-proof. And literally, I don't get sick very often.
It's probably something there.
Because mentally, but at the same time, also, I'm the youngest of 8. My mom didn't have the chance to really hands-on raise me like I'm supposed to. And so I think I just caught every germ possible from 0 to 5. And so now my body be like, oh, we already had this. We know what to do.
It's coming. I had it before it came.
I got you. Well, Quita, I appreciate you. Everybody watching this, Quita is one of my favorite comedians, in all honesty. I didn't even think women were funny till I met Quita. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Look at that chauvinism. Look at all that.
Put a little sexism in it. No, honestly, you are literally not only just my favorite female comedian, but one of my favorite comedians. So I really appreciate you. And honestly, when this blows up and, people come back and look at this episode, I just want them to let me know. I don't want to be happy that I was on the episode with you. That's what I want.
Thank you.
That's my claim to fame, even if I stop.
Thank you. Already famous, though. Okay.
I'm C-list. My daughter don't think I'm famous at all.
Well, your daughter ain't going to ever think you're famous. Daughter just be like, he's just my father. That's it.
I was in Miami with her, and people were like, you were Kane. And I'm just like, she's like, come on, daddy, let's go.
Tell people where they can find you. Right here.
On any social media at Jared Quay. You can watch my show at The Rush on Yahoo, or just open up the Yahoo app. You'll see me. And I don't know when this is going to air, but hopefully come see me live on stage, because I'm so much funnier than this podcast on stage. I mean, I was funny here, but
you cool.
On stage is where I really get into my zone. So check me out. Follow, it's free. And then, honestly, just hit me a DM. I talk back to pretty much anyone who DMs me. So let's have some fun. I would love to meet you.
Why you sound like an ad for the dating app? Just slide on. I'd love to meet you. Come on.
Yeah, go ahead. A swipe ain't gonna hurt you. A like ain't gonna hurt you.
Tony's a cute. My love is pure. Tony's a cute. My love is pure.
You want to hear the story?
I want to hear the story.
This is crazy. All right. In Denver, my mom had 8 kids. I'm the youngest of 8. So obviously it's hard for one parent to come around 8 kids. And I remember I was rushing because she was like, we're going to get Slurpees for everybody after I checked the mail at the mailbox, P.O. box. And I ran across the street, and somebody was trying to run a yellow, and they hit me. And I mean, obviously, I'm so young that a lot of people, I can recall certain parts of this. But literally, I flew in the air. I landed. I was unconscious. My mom literally thought she died. She said the ambulance got there, and they thought because she was crying so hysterically, they thought she was hurt. And then she said that after they got there, she said it was an angel that came by. That's what you got to have it. She said it was like a white old lady came and said, everything's going to be all right. God hears your prayers. And she said she touched her, and she seen me go, but she said I kind of was like not breathing like for like a solid minute and a half.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so I was in a hospital for 3 whole days. And all my brothers was jealous because I was getting all kinds of hospital food, and they was coming to check on me.
Hospital food is not nothing to be jealous about.
And actually, my brother Severin got hit by a car like a year later.
What's up with y'all? Y'all don't look before y'all
kids, 2 parents without a lot of money. They couldn't, watch us like that. And everybody was like, Severin saw Jared get all that treatment. But I remember I was there when Severin got hit, and I thought he died. It was like,
get out of here.
But these are like real car hits. Like you think about it now, like this ain't no like booming. Like it was like somebody kept going over the car.
what kind did you have to have surgery? Like, what was the outcome?
Actually, my mama got paid. Somehow I've survived that much.
Why black people always start with, we got a lawyer. I can't really
we got a settlement.
I can't really tell you much about that, but I was okay.
Well, this is solid, 30 years ago now. But my liver, I had a problem with my liver, and then they took me to go see my brain because I was unconscious.
A neurologist?
And so I was seeing a therapist, and I remember my parents, they would take me to go see this like neurologist therapist, but eventually they realized I didn't need it, so they was using the time for them to do some kind of counseling, and I'd be in there playing with toys. Black people. But I literally almost died, and I think about it, like now that I have a daughter, I take her to the emergency room, and I'm thinking like as a parent, could you imagine like your child getting hit by a fast-moving car and being unconscious for a solid 2 minutes, like 3 minutes?
5 minutes would have been irreversible brain death.
Really? Yeah. See, that's the nursing you. Yeah. So in a weird way,
they got you. They got you.
It just happens to be there. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. That's why I feel like I can't. Every time I'm like, give up, you can't give up.
No,
God bring you back for a reason.
A lady in white or a white lady?
I don't know. My mama says it's a white lady, but I'm hoping it's a lady. I feel like all angels is black women, heavy-set black women. But I think it was a white lady.
Heavy-set black women that be head.
But yeah, that lady said, God hears your prayers, and you're there. She said that lady disappeared.
And then ambulance came, took you to the emergency room.
They tried to cut my mom's call because she was like, my baby. And they thought she was crazy. They thought she was hurt because she was crying so loud. And I'm not passed out. And they didn't realize that. She was like, no, the boy.
You get to the emergency. Do you remember what happened?
I remember nothing. I literally remember waking up and I've been in the hospital and they was treating me so nice.
Okay.
And everybody, you would think that I would get in trouble because I was running away from my mom trying to have him cross that street. And you would think that if I didn't get hurt to a point I got hurt, they would probably be like, boy, don't you ever do it again.
That's how it be. Yeah, it's just like.
Since I survived, baby, come here, give me a hug.
Aw, that's how it be though. Mothers, if you scared, if you have the risk of losing your child, then it's just like you just embrace that they still here. Yeah,
but I almost died. I realized that, so I can't. I shot out myself. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still here. That's
your invincibleness. That's probably what it was. She's like, I can't get sick. It was that white lady that touched you.
Yeah,
that was what that was. The angel.
I'm gonna find that white lady.
She probably gonna be like, I was the one.
I was your angel.
It's gonna be 80 white ladies coming. I was the angel.
What if a lady? I was like, you don't get your crazy Karen self away from me.
Everybody gonna try to touch you. I gotta touch the hem. So you said you had liver problems. What was that?
That's where it hit me. It hit me right here, and like I had a bruise. I guess it was a bad bruise from getting hit like that. But surprisingly, it wasn't no other big damage other than that scraping bruise. And so I guess my mama used that to be like he got long-term damage. And I don't know if I was taking medication for a little bit as far as that. I was so young that I just did what they told me to do. But surprisingly, I literally for to fly over a car and only have a big bruise is that's invincible.
Well, that's future football player. That's what that was. That's when you knew. I'm happy you okay. And you said your mama got paid.
I don't know if she got paid. We still was poor. Like I wish. In hindsight, if I was there now, we'd have a lawyer that could really get us some money.
I feel like black people be like, we suing.
That's how it's true. Is you black and you get in a car accident, your neck, your back, everything hurts. You gotta go.
Look, I was a baby and my mom was in a car accident in a cab, or the cab slammed on the brakes real hard and I fell out of her arms. Oh. And she was like, okay, lawyer. I don't even think she took me to the doctor just to go to the lawyer.
They got car seats a thing now. Like I was asking my mom, how you get 8 kids in a car? And she was like, we didn't have no car seats back then. And now my daughter, her mother, you had her in a booster seat. She is a baby. She needs to be in a backward facing seat. She's only 2 years old. I'm like, relax. Okay?
That's how you do it though. Yeah, I mean, you almost left, so you still here. You gonna protect that baby. That's how you do that.
I got my agent working for her. I tell my baby all the time, don't worry about nothing. I got an old white lady that's gonna be watching you.
Jared Quay almost lost his life. Thank God he's still here because he's funny. He all over the place. He hosting. He taking over the world. One stage, one set at a time.
I need you to do that every time, every morning. I just need Taquita Love affirmations. And she just be like, you that guy, you killing it, your charisma strong. Can you record a video for me to just listen as I shower?
How about you listen to the podcast? You take that little part and be like, you put that on repeat.
Tony's a cute, my love is pure. Tony's a cute, my love is pure.
Show your love for Taquita Love. Comedy is cure.
So as always, you want this. I had one dude was like, hey, you think you could bring a brother the clear machine home? Oh, the clear machine. He was like, yeah, ma, you know, the reviver. Clear. Hey, that's the defibrillator. The defibrillator.
Da, 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 da.